Welcome back to my channel. My name is Luke Kamen, and today we're going to be talking about how to be productive at home. So a few people came to me telling me that they were having a hard time being productive at home with the change of environment, and that is something I felt with myself as well. I had a 4-day slump where I really didn't do much, and I had to really rearrange and think back to all the systems I've had in the past and think, how can I be productive at home and how can I set myself a work environment? If you're also in this kind of slump or you've had problems with working at home, this video is very much for you. So, the first step to being productive is understanding why you're being unproductive at home. And it all lies in the change of environment. When you are at, let's say, a university campus or you go to your job every day, the environment generates cues for which mindset you should be in. So, you are at work, you understand you should be working, and that's how it is. And so, in the same way, when you are home, you have the mindset of being relaxed, at least if it's not a habitual workplace. So, if you're suddenly trying to work at home where your mind associates relaxation, how do you work? A lot of productivity gurus will tell you to work in a different place as you relax, because if they're mixed, then you have the issues that you're having right now. So, first step is understanding that the reason you're being unproductive is most likely because of the environment change, and you don't have the cues that spike up the energy levels within you for you to be working on. If you're trying to work with a mind that is thinking about relaxing and all the distractions around you, then you are going to have a hard time. So, a few people came to me and were telling me about the problems about not being able to be productive at home, and I actually made an Instagram story where I asked everyone what issues are they having concretely. So I had a few replies, and I'm going to read them out to you and kind of answer and give a few tips as to what you should do if you're running into that type of problem. So first off, Jordan said, I feel like I get tired and run out of energy pretty easily. So this might be for a few reasons. So 1, have a consistent sleep schedule. 2, make sure you are eating enough. 3, if you're usually used to having a lot of energy and now you have not a lot of energy, it's because your body's kind of shutting down because it's in a hibernation mode. It understands that it's spending less energy because it doesn't need to go outside. So to stimulate yourself and create more energy, you need to stimulate your body by doing exercises, walking around, kind of doing tasks around the house, anything that can help you kind of bump up your energy levels and tell your body that you need to be doing something will help you get energy levels. So next up, we've got Justin, who said, there's too many people, so it's always too loud. It's hard to concentrate sometimes. So if you are suddenly at home or even just an environment where you've got more people who are confined with you in this quarantine times, then most likely it's going to be noise and there's going to be people around you a lot of the time. So an easy way around this is figuring out when people aren't awake, when people aren't doing anything. So the strategy I found is I wake up at 8 a.m., I eat breakfast, and I work before everyone wakes up around 11. So by the time everyone's awake, I've already done 2-3 hours of really good productive work. And because the first task you do every morning, every day, dictates the tempo of your day, since I work in the morning, it kind of creates a productivity flow for me to be ingrained in during the whole day. So if there's too much noise, just work when no one is making noise, which is usually when people are asleep. Or if there's a time when everyone else is working, try to work then. Have that work environment when everyone's working and motivating themselves. Also, if people are making noise, I'm pretty sure it is understandable if you ask people to be quiet once in a while. I have a roommate who makes a bit of noise with his music. It's fine, but once in a while, I have to ask him to tone it down, and that's okay. Cordell said, emotions. I tend to overthink, and I'm trying not to. Overthinking is something that is very, very easy to do when starting a task. When starting a task, we will often think of the hardest part of that task, and therefore it's hard to tackle it because it seems like such an insurmountable obstacle that you have to go through to accomplish the project. But it is actually very realizable for you to do if you decompose into many small steps for you to do. So instead of thinking of the hardest thing to do, just get your foot in the door and start with a simple task. Let's say, for example, you have this really hard project to do. At least just start off with opening all the links you need to do, and then start reading one by one. Start somewhere. If you're writing an essay and you don't really know where to start, just write down all the stuff that you know about that topic on a piece of paper and then organize it later. It's okay. All you need to do is get started, and you'll feel more comfortable as you start to understand the task you need to do and get the ball rolling, start to get an avalanche, and by the end, you'll be done before you realize. Clara said, social media distracts me. Every app from Instagram to YouTube to Snapchat. I don't have any particular advice to give or solution to this type of procrastination, but I'd love to hear yours. So, phones. Phones are one of the most distracting things in today's society. Now I know, and that was one of the things that distracted me the most last year, and one of the first things that I sorted out when I started trying to get more productive and less distracted. So there's a lot of different things you can do to make your phone less distracting, and a lot of that can be covered by digital minimalism. A lot of YouTubers and influencers talk about this now. But basically what it means is that all the things that are not essential on your phone, you can start deleting. A bunch of apps, like games, etc., they can be the first ones to leave your phone. Just delete them, and that's that easy. You won't even think about it because they're not there. You are automatically doing what is the most easiest to you. That is how humans are. They do what's the easiest possible course of action. And so if you make it hard for yourself to be distracted by removing apps, stopping notifications, then you are helping yourself be more productive. So different ways you can make you more productive are grouping away apps that you deem distracting into a folder and name it distracting and put it far away from your home screen. Don't put it as one of your bottom 4 apps on your home screen. Then you can have notification blockers. Apps like Daywise will take all your notifications and capture them and only give them to you like every 8 hours or however often you schedule it. You've got apps like App Block, which will block a specific app during a specific time. Let's say you keep on trying to work from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and you keep on going into Instagram, just block Instagram during those times and you're good. Even easiest of all, without even having to change your phone, when you're working, you can simply just give your phone to someone else, throw your phone across the other side of the room, and therefore you won't think about it because you'll just be sitting at your desk. Hello, sir. I'm gonna work. Can you just hold my phone for an hour? I'm just gonna work. Sure, you might have the reflex to go and tap your pockets, find your phone, but it's far away and then you'll get back on task. I hope that helps you, Clara. That's how you can help declutter your phone and be less distracted by social media and be more doing what you want to do. Same thing with what I said for Justin and working early in the morning. What I do is I turn my Wi-Fi off. I have notifications on my phone and I don't turn it on until everyone else wakes up. So I have an 8 to 11 time period where my phone is off, I'm only working, I get productive work done. Entrepreneurs even do this. Here's bonus advice. Entrepreneurs do this where they have their mornings locked, where they do their most important tasks during the day and then they deal with the outside world. That's because the outside world will always try to rearrange your schedule, but you've got to get some things done and then give time to people. Katie said, my problem is getting caught up in being jealous of other people's situations. It is hard for me to be productive when I have a load of work to do, and I know my friends are sitting around doing things they like because they don't have work to do, things I'd rather be doing. That's understandable. So I'm gonna kind of give back the same advice as I gave to Justin. If you are working when no one else is doing anything, aka they're sleeping, you will not be distracted by what they are doing. You will just do what is on your mind and what you have to do. Besides, there is nothing to do from 8 to 11 if everyone else is sleeping than to work. You're making it very easy for yourself to go to work. Also, you won't be distracted by your friends. Emily said, I have no deadlines, so I don't know what to do and end up not doing much. So, for a lot of people, maybe you have more time on your hands now than you know what to do with. You're usually consumed all your time by classes, by work, etc. So if you've got less to do, you're spending less time commuting, and you've got these extra hours on your hands, what do? Well, going on your phone and procrastinating is kind of what we're trying to avoid. So you can actually look at this as an opportunity to do things that you've always wanted to do, but you've never had time. Let's say you wanted to read a book. Let's say you want to finish a project. Let's say you want to learn a new skill. All these things are now available for you to do with the time span that you've unlocked through this unfortunate crisis. There's always good with the bad. Here's the good for you. Do what you want, find some new things to learn, create your own deadlines. This is where you can really improve and take advantage of this crisis. I hope this video is useful to you. I hope that if you related to any of the problems that some people who messaged me had, that I have explained and given you some sort of solution that you can use to become more productive and start working well at home amidst this time period. So I know this is a tough time. If you have any questions or you want to know anything more, please feel free to comment down below or message me on Instagram at iSwaros, and then I will answer any questions and try to help you and be more productive and do more of what you want to do. If you like this video, feel free to like, subscribe, comment, share, whatever you're really into. And I'll see you in the next one. Creatine. This one's for you, Mitch.